Okay, boys and girls, gather round. It's story time with the Reverend.
Well, every Sunday night we get the old marshmallows going and we get around the fire and we have campfire tales. No, we don't. I just tell a story. Sometimes lame, sometimes fun. You never know, man. Tonight I'm pulling a story out about a heavy metal band I used to run into. I used to hang out in Chicago as a teenager, and I'd go up to Chicago in the early 80s, and I would just go bar to bar and alley to alley, and I would find adventures, man. And my friends and I would go up to Chicago because we lived about 2.5 hours south in Peoria, Illinois. And we would go there and have so much fun on the weekends. And I remember one time we were at a bar, and I was into like heavy metal and stuff like that. I was a young guy. And man, I heard the most heavy tunes coming out of this like basement dirty bar. And we were like, what the heck is that? I've never heard anything so heavy. We decided to walk down and check it out. And we walked in the room and there's like, 30 people just completely like headbanging and going crazy and sweating. And there's this insane band with like this crazy lead player, this, bass player from hell. The drummer's just going nuts. And these guys were just killer. Turns out later they were a very famous underground band called Zeotrope that a lot of people really liked. And they never really got famous. But they did a couple albums, and they were around for a long time. And I remember going and seeing these guys and stumbling into bars every time I'd go to Chicago. Finally, we got like on their mailing list, and we'd go see them a lot. But these guys formed in like 1977. They released demos, and then in the early to mid-'80s, they put out 3 albums, basically from 85 to 93. But I just wanted for people to remember the band Zeotrope, spelled Zoetrope. So it looks like Zoetrope, but these guys are just killer. So in memory of the band that I used to see so often in those clubs in Chicago, we found a track from the Amnesty 85 album. It's a tune called Indecent Obsessions with the band known as Zeotrope from Chicago. And that does wrap up Storytime with the Reverend right here at KSKQ and the almighty Church of Rock. Thanks for being here, man.
2 hours of shite on a Sunday night. You're listening to the Church of Rock on KSKQ.